forward with his immortals.
This is not very efficient, but he's doing a lot of damage, and he manages to get a nice flashing and he but he baited out so many more.
Oh!
Just
and
grabbing the sentry control.
Oh, and
so
many probes.
This work is going to be able to move. No, he gets a large hit on those work. There's nothing to stop this push. There's so many units left for Jernström.
Our ship goes down.
This is absolutely amazing play from Jernström.
Oh,
Overlord coming in the third base and they're killing all of the workers. Oh my god. And at the same time he's killing every worker. Single worker. 33 workers killed with those drops. So, we have our third game coming up, and we're going to throw ourselves into that right away. What do you think? Well, it looks grim for Shoulder.
It does, but I'm optimistic. He has the right idea. He just had to. It's such a small things that have decided his last two games. So
exactly, and we saw an instance in the second game where he really read the Terran player and figured out that well, yes, I have the opportunity to macro. Why wouldn't I? It was just the defense of the main base that was a little tricky.
True.
So again, these two players, and I'm going to grab the announcements.
Do it.
Yes, because I can, because I'm the lead caster, and you should shut up while I announce these players. So down in the right corner, we have our Terran player right now up 2-0. If he takes this game, he's going to grab an easy 3-0 lead. And if you feel like, of course, you can beat him just later on as well, you should draw your name on the list and take down the master who's taken down 2 games so easily against Shoulder. So give it up for our 2-0 Terran player, ecTheovide. That was the longest introduction ever. I like those. There's a lot of macro going on, so you know I can introduce these all night.
Man. Just
I will
drag it out.
I will. Don't worry about it. So the dragged out presentation for our second player. In our top left corner, we have a Protoss player who right now is looking it looks a little grim for him. It's actually down 0-2 to the Terran player, and he would have to take 3 games in a row to win this, but he's had the right idea. He's read the Terran player quite well, so let's see if he can pull it together and defend on his home turf. That was a little long line. Give it up for Shoulder! See, I managed to make that longer than the Terran player.
Yeah, nice.
I'm good at this.
I'm a bit sad that I actually hurt my left hand.
Oh, you did?
Because I feel like since we have 2 casters, or 4 casters, I should say, this time around, I wanted to play against the monster players.
Oh, that would have been fun. That would have been so much fun to see you play a challenge, actually.
Yeah, but maybe next time.
Maybe next time, yeah. Let's see if we have more time next time. And actually, this time, since we have 2 best of 5s, of the other 2 events, we have 1 best of 5 and 1 best of 3 of lower league players. So for this one, I think we're going to start running out of time for the challenges. Well, depending on how long these games are, and right now it's looking a little bad.
Yeah, if ecTheovide takes this map, then we have a pretty quick 3-0.
Yeah,
maybe giving us some extra time on the schedule.
Exactly, some more challenges, and some more challenges. That would be fun. Anyway, I'm also going to talk a little bit about that. Because, well, this is our third event, and on the other 2, we've been promoting our tournament for people to join, and now it's started, actually. So the tournament of University Star League has started, and we have 64 players duking it out against each other. If you're interested, you can go to unisl.se, and you can check out all the players and see who's playing who and so forth. Do we have any celebrities? We have 1, I know of.
Yeah, we have a couple of names there. Of course, we have a few players that have been playing the show matches before, like Protoss,
exactly,
an old teammate to me. Yeah, so that's nice. The most known player is, of course, Madelisk from Team Quantic, a sponsor player, and she's become really good. Yeah, I'm blaming that partly on the imbalanced third race, but she's also very good. So that's one to keep an eye on.
Exactly. One of our guys in the production team is actually in the tournament as well, but he's in silver. And during making the matchups, we hit the randomizer button, and he noticed that the first player he was going to play was Madelisk. So a silver player versus her. I don't think I need to say that he lost, because he did.
Well,
and quite convincingly so.
It happens.
But it was a lot of fun for him to get to play her, at least. You don't get to play real pros that often, actually. Well, unless you're in top Grandmasters League, as certain other casters here.
True.
But still, do we have any other known players?
I noticed that Proxy Panda.
Yeah, Proxy Panda, that's true.
And he is, of course, known for beating Mana in the DreamHack Stockholm, 2-0 in the group stages.
Exactly.
With 2 proxies.
With 2 proxies, surprise.
That was kind of baller.
Yeah, that was a little baller, actually. He did the Action Jesus type of play, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
you watched Action Jesus in the... Which DreamHack was that? He 6th pool his way through the tournament and actually got quite far.
Yeah, true.
So, what are we seeing in the game?
A couple of things in this game.
Yep.
We have a third command center for ecTheovide before his second Rex. So he's going even more macro than he has before.
Yep.
And we see pretty much the same thing from Shoulder, going for the one gate nexus into Robo, then adding 2 gates. But we have a pylon at the front of ecTheovide's ramp. So let's see if he warps in some units and try to go for it. You never know.
And he doesn't have an Immortal to add to this push. But the question is that Immortal going to join?
Yeah, I think so.
He just
the
produced
Immortal
one.
is pushing across the map right now.
There we go. So I'm guessing that Immortal is basically going to be the timing for this push.
Yeah, I think this push can actually work. We only have 1 bunker. He delayed his second and third Rex because of the earlier command center.
Yeah.
So if he gets the Immortal there and places a couple of nice force fields, this might actually work.
Yeah.
I'm starting to worry a bit about ecTheovide right there. Ooh, he's moving
out. Oh, this is the worst timing to move. No. He didn't get caught behind any force fields, which was very lucky for him. But now the push is coming, and he's not going to be able to get all those all those extra bunkers up. And with the force fields, of course, that bunker is going down very quickly, and there's a lot of workers that are going to die here, I think.
Yeah, but so far, pretty good defense here from ecTheovide.
Yep.
No select to take the brute damage there, and starting to lose those also important starters.
Yeah,
but he's still going for it, and a lot of SVs, as you said, are falling there for ecTheovide.
Yeah, so even though he doesn't manage to do all that much damage with this push, he's... is he going to be able to take out that last one? Yeah, he took out the bunker, which means that he's probably going to be able to continue doing this. And, of course, even though he doesn't manage to kill the Terran player, he's done a lot of economic damage with this.
Yeah, pulling almost every single SV there from the main and the natural.
The main is basically empty. There's no mining in the main. So if he just keeps this up, he's basically, I think, going to win.
Yeah, the one thing I'm working on for ecTheovide is the fact that he has 3 orbitals and can land those 3 mules, but we see the pros player here, Shoulder, adding on 2 more gateways, so he is smelling blood in the water. He's going for the kill.
Yeah, I'm thinking he should, actually. He's doing very well, and there's that a new bunker coming up, but the question is that bunker going to be enough? It's a little awkward in place, so he can actually just run around the bunker as well.
And so many SCVs are going down. And
can we see the income tab? I want to see how many people we have. Oh, we have 25 mining SCVs to 41, which is, of course, a large difference, and 18 workers have been killed so far. So Shoulder really did do the necessary damage, and I don't think he's going to have to worry about that drop with the 2 medivacs full of Marines anymore.
Well, he has to keep it in mind. It is still a possibility, but he should have the time enough to defend against it, and I love this move. Yeah. From Shoulder, actually going for the 3rd Nexus. He knows that he doesn't have to end the game right here because he's taken such a big lead, killing off all those SCVs. Instead, just placing down some pylons to keep up with the macro. He has the Colossus tech rolling. He has the necessary things going on to actually just stabilize and take this game.
Yeah, I think it is a really good decision, actually. Well, when you're ahead, get more ahead, of course. And taking another base behind it, especially against a Terran player, he probably figured that he has another command center lying around in his base, and if it gives him the possibility or the timing to actually put that one down, mule it, and saturate it, then he's going to lose that advantage very quickly.
Yeah, still having a lot of units at the front, keeping the pressure up indirectly on the Terran player ecTheovide, and since that attack did hit before the medevacs were out, his medevac tech is so delayed.
Yeah, very much so. And Shoulder doing, I think, the wise decision, figured out that I've done more than enough now. I can turn around and keep macroing. And he's got some Colossus coming here very soon. He's building a forge as well, so he's going to start working on those upgrades too, slowly, when he has his 3rd base saturated, I think.
Yeah, also adding the Twilight for the charge and later on High Templars.
Yep.
And taking down the rocks as well, so he can keep that path open between the 2nd and the 3rd base. So TvP's scouting this out, though, so he knows that he is pretty much safe to take his own third base right now.
Yeah.
Seemingly thinking about doing some counterattack. He has the units out in the middle, but I wouldn't recommend it because with the Colossus and the force fields, there are just no way to push up that ramp.
There's not really much to do, but he's producing a lot of units, including those Vikings. So it looks like he's going to do a +1 timing attack, and we have a +1 armor coming for the Protoss player. Does he have any attack upgrades? I don't think he has any attack upgrades yet.
No, the Forge just finished. So
no, exactly.
He just now started his upgrades. That's the one thing that Shoulder is lacking in this game. And as you said, he's going for the Vikings, so we might see some kind of timing for ecTheovide, just trying to kill the Protoss with Vikings against Colossus just before the storms are done.
He had a possibility to take that third a lot quicker. I'm thinking that he wanted to test this out, build a few units, come knocking at the Protoss door and see if he could do any damage, but with the scouting he figured out that no, that's not going to happen.
It's a real possibility for sure, and adding on a second starpod as well, so I think that's the timing that ecTheovide is looking for here, and I really want to see that high tempo attack going up right now for Shoulder, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky to holding on to this game with those very few Colossi out. He only has 2? Is that right? And he's not producing any more of them. So I'm thinking, yeah, he's going to need to switch into that Templar tech very quickly.
Yeah, he's still up on supply, and if you can kill enough bio with the Colossus before the Vikings take them out, I still think he has enough standing forces to be able to hold it off. Yeah. As long as he gets into a good position before the fight. But now adding on the Templar Archive, so he is going for the Storm tech, and there's a talk on ecTheovide right now. ecTheovide has done a good job rebuilding his economy though. It's up from 51 against 67 now, and with those 3 extra mules,
that's
not too far down.
He's doing a really good economic catch up, but then again, he's a Terran player. He could just mule that third base very quickly and get it up, of course. I mean, see, if you want to be biased against the race, I can be biased too. No, in an economic advantage in that point of view, you can saturate the base very quickly as a Terran player, which is nice. Now, of course, Shoulder is still in ahead, and the question is going to be able to take out this drop. There's a drop coming, not as of right now. We figured out there's too much stalkers there at the time, and the question is, are those stalkers going to be moving away? It's still only 1 medivac, so he should be able to take that out quite quickly, at least if he lets the blink finish before he attacks that.
Oh yeah, he's going for the blink. That's a good choice. As you can see, there's a medevac just posing outside the natural and the third base, so he might do. He might drop the Protoss player when the Protoss player moves out and start to attack ecTheovide. He might just move in with those medevacs and try to kill the economy of Shoulder.
That's a very good idea, actually, and I'm thinking that could work very well. Shoulder has shown that he has a hard time taking care of drops in his main bases while he's attacking. That's basically how he lost both of these games.
What happened? He also had to kill a pylon in the main base because he has built a circle around the robo, so the Colossus couldn't move out from it.
So he managed to build his robo in. Oh, that's annoying. So, that's why the 2 gateways got unpowered for a short while there. And Shoulder is basically maxed out. He's at 195 versus 177, and now would be a very good time to try to push.
Yeah, that's also a problem, though. If you push out when you are maxed and those drop come in, you can't really warp in any units to deal with it.
That's true.
So if you're going to play defensive and take your 4th, like he's doing right now, I actually recommend that you stay on just about 180 supply and add a couple of extra gateways so you can warp in against the drops.
Yeah. That's some pro player tactics right there, actually. I haven't really thought of that for some reason.
Of course, you can also do the cannon and the high templars that we were talking about before the game.
Yeah. I'm usually going for actually adding a few cannons. I'm thinking it's very much worth it. If you're able to... and we have the drops coming in here. One in each of these expansions.
Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about. At the same time, though, moving in for the kill, there's a lot of Vikings killing off all the Colossus, and the Storms wasn't there in time, but the Bio is falling really fast as well.
Really quick. There's a lot of Zealots just taking those out. And at the same time, he's losing a lot of workers, but the question is that going to matter if he's going to die?
Oh, he's a bit aggressive with those high tempers, losing every single one of them. And this is so hard to call right now, doing so much damage with those drops. At the same time, though, moving into the main base of the Template, we have basically the same thing as in the first game.
Yes, this is basically the same thing. They really like their base trades, but actually at this point, Shoulder could really hold the aggression in his own bases. He doesn't have to lose them.
No, look at this, warping in a lot of Zealots. I think he should be able to hold that Nexus.
Yeah, and he's trying to take out all of those. Oh, and he doesn't manage to save the Nexus. It's very close. He lost his Nexus in his natural, but he managed to at least take out
in the third base as well.
So two
and
Nexus.
ecTheovide holds. This is just beautiful play from ecTheovide.
Oh my God, he really holds, and actually the supplies are basically even. So, whoa, nice hold from ecTheovide, and he managed to do a lot of economic damage at the same time. He took out 2 Nexuses. Nexi, sorry.
I'm not sure about the plural, but... And this is what we talked about. Shoulder seems to have some trouble defending against this multi-pronged attack when it drops. Yeah. And ecTheovide has identified that as well as we have, so he really abused that and did it beautifully.
He abused that very well, and right now he's trying to do a little more damage. He figured out that he took out 2 Nexi, so he's just trying to keep the Protoss player down, which is a very good decision, but he loses that medivac.
Yeah, we see some counter damage, so we have a speed prism moving into the third base of ecTheovide, but he has the bio in position. He has added 2 orbital commands, by the way.
Yeah, so he's not going to be able to get anything, and he loses that prism. And ecTheovide, on the other hand, is very good at defending, apparently. He has a lot of map presence. He knows exactly what's happening on the mini-map.
Yeah, I feel like ecTheovide is just a small step above Shoulder, and that is really haunting him here in the late game.
Yeah.
Because Shoulder had such a nice advantage doing so much damage in the beginning of the game, but
absolutely,
those 2 drops were just his doom. At the same time, taking the 4th place here, ecTheovide is, so he is building on his own economy.
Yeah, exactly. So he's taking the 4th place as well, and the 2 Nexi are very soon up, and they're still, well, of course ecTheovide took a small advantage in supply meanwhile, but the question is that it's a little tricky to say, actually. Is Shoulder going to be able to catch up when those 2 Nexi finish?
I'm not sure. I mean, he has both Colossus and High Templars, so that is also always something to keep in mind, because many Templars has a lot of troubles dealing with that composition.
Yeah.
So if he can just sit back, build his bases, build his economy some more,
yeah.
I still think he has a chance to take this game.
He absolutely does, actually. It all comes down... We see my observers pointing out that we have a lot of ghosts here, and I was coming to that. He still has a large chance taking this game, depending on how he managed to split his Templars. It's going to be a lot of good splitting needed to do this, to dodge all of these EMPs. There's 15 ghosts out right now.
That's brutal.
That is a lot of ghosts.
I would recommend him actually just playing defensively and preemptively splitting his High Templars.
Yeah, I'm thinking
because
so
if you
too.
attack, they always clump up by default, especially if you have them in the same control group.
Unless you're Flash, and he's obviously not Flash.
No, they are good, but they are not Flash level.
No, exactly.
Flash, also known as God Jung Ho, of course.
Yes, that's true. All right, so he's basically just defending right now, trying to get his economy back on the track. He's taking another Nexus, another base, and how is his economy looking right now? Are they both at? They're both at pretty good amounts of workers. There's 58 for the Protoss, and there's 70 for the Terran. How many workers do you want as a Protoss player? Is there a good number?
It all depends on what type of game you're playing, but usually around 80, somewhere there. Yeah. I feel that Terran player with the 70, he can actually sack a few SVs right now because he has so many orbital commands. He's up on 5, he adding 2 more command centers.
Exactly.
You can just rely on the mules to do the mining.
You can do that, and in that case you will get a really large army. So the point is, if ecTheovide gets the possibility to sacrifice a lot of his SCVs and build up a larger army than he already has, then it's going to be a lot harder for Shoulder.
Yeah.
So
this is ridiculous, by the way. We have 20 ghosts out for ecTheovide. That is just brutal. He can EMP everything. He can EMP the buildings if he wants.
Does he have cloak for them? He has cloak coming up. And nukes. He's building 3 nukes.
3 nukes.
Oh my God.
Nukes. And if he does a nuke on the 4th, the natural, and the 5th, something like that, I feel like Shoulder will have a lot of trouble defending all those.
What's Shoulder going to do? Once. This is, once again, I'm saying this, and I have said this many times, and I keep saying this, cannons. Jesus.
Yeah, late game cannons. Now we should.
Late game cannons are very good. I mean, of course, since you're still capped, and he's very soon capped. He's at 194. And oh my God! And then an observer following that ghost, and ecTheovide saw the observer following the ghost, and the ghost is going to go down. Does he have cloak? He has cloaks, but he didn't cloak in time.
But he's nuking the 5th right now with the other Ghost from the high ground.
Oh, but the workers have been
Shoulder has pulled the probes. He did see the red dot. So beautiful job there from Shoulder, not losing anything other than a pylon.
No, and he knows those ghosts are out. Since he saw the ghost with his observer, he could keep following it, and he knows that ecTheovide likes to attack at many places.
But his whole arm is out of position as the 20 ghosts are moving in the middle of the map.
Oh, this is going to be hard. He's going to really need to be splitting this. We have a large engagement coming up, and the question is this good or bad? We're going to see a carpet bombing here of EMPs, and he's managed to take out the shields on a lot of units. And this is looking bad for Shoulder.
Falling for Shoulder. The high tempos was way out of position, and even now...
Stars are coming down, but they're not enough. They're not enough. And there's a lot of units warping in, but the question is, are they going to be able to do enough damage? No, this looks very bad, and all of the Vikings are landing. There's a lot of damage being dished out right now by ecTheovide, and has a supply lead of 154 over 76. This is going to be bad.
Yeah, poor Shoulder. Those high tempos was just slightly out of position, and even though we got some good storms later on, the fight is just so in the favor of ecTheovide. He's up on 168 against the 88 supply right now. But that is not brilliant. And let's see though, he still has the 5th base, but once again going for the nuke. He pulls the probes away in time, but he loses so much mining time.
Yeah, there's
nuke is landing. It's landing a second nuke at the same place. 4 of those when you take out an Nexus.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to ask how many nukes for a Nexus. That's 4. So I'm guessing that Nexus is going to go down and yes, very soon. And he's losing a lot of mining time. He's back up to 100 supply, but still against 184. And he's losing all of those workers in the what is it now? It's its 4th base as of right now.
Yeah, ecTheovide has done such a brilliant job just keeping up his tech. He upgraded the building armor, the range for the turrets. He's adding on a lot of orbital commands. He's actually adding on a lot of starports and the fusion core for battle cruisers. He's doing everything at once.
He's doing everything at once. And this is actually where even differences in Master League players are showing, actually. I talked about this earlier. I think Shoulder is around... I think he's ranked around 40 or 60, something like that, in his Masters League, and ecTheovide is at 4th place in his Masters League.
Yeah, it's a big gap, actually.
It's a big gap, and you can, of course, depends on the league you're in, but still, it makes difference.
Definitely. So ecTheovide is going in for the kill right here. I don't think there's anything that Shoulder can actually do. He has a couple of High Templars in Colossus, but Vikings are still roaming the air. We have a lot of ghosts for EMP, so...
Yeah, and we have a nuke coming up.
Beautiful. He has to be careful that he doesn't nuke himself, actually.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen that happen before. And actually, all of the ghosts are caught in a storm, so he could be able to take this out. No, but he's no more energy. A perfect EMP is taking out all the energy, and the Colossus went down to the Vikings, and the question is, what's there left actually for Shoulder to do?
Yeah, there's not much of anything he can do. He played a good game, he played a good series, but it seems like we're having a 3-0 for ecTheovide that has been playing so solid throughout the series.
It very much looks like that, actually. ecTheovide's been very, very solid, and I was going to mention that as well. Oh, he's got battle cruisers coming up together with the Yamato cannon. Why not?
He doesn't care anymore. GG! So good job. ecTheovide takes the series 3-0.
Very convincingly. So ecTheovide does a really nice 3-0 push. Well, there wasn't much to talk about that. You talked about, yes, very good, stable game plan. He saw exactly what's happening up. He was able to catch everything that Shoulder was doing, and well, all in those engagements as well, he managed to carpet EMP everything. He moved his units back to let his Vikings take care of the Colossi before he engaged. Everything was just clean.
Absolutely, and one thing I want to point out is that drop on the 2nd base and the 3rd base at the same time. Those were the winning move in this game and throughout the series, actually.
Throughout the series, actually, yes. So Shoulder, build cannons in the future. That's all you need to actually win those. But he had a really good chance of taking the games. Actually, yes, the only actual trouble he had was taking out the drops in his different expansions.